The Roman Empire was a period of history full of exciting characters and moments. Great battles, millenary philosophers, legendary emperors, and a lot of discoveries that would leave us with our eyes wide open. But along with all the genius that took place during the Roman Empire, there were also a few extravagances that, beyond the well-known ones, can leave you speechless. Do you want to know which are the most incredible crazy Roman facts? Come with us and discover the craziest side of the Roman society. That iconic thumbs-down gesture we associate with bloody finishes in the Colosseum? Turns out, it wasn't always a guaranteed sentence to the afterlife. In fact, the meaning of the thumbs down in ancient Rome was far more nuanced than popular culture portrays. While a thumbs down could indeed signal a desire for the defeated gladiator's demise, it wasn't the only option. In some instances, a thumbs down from the crowd might have been interpreted as a plea for clemency. The audience, moved by a particularly valiant performance from the fallen warrior, could have used this gesture to urge the victor to spare their opponent's life. The plot twist? The thumbs up, often seen as a sign of approval, could also have a deadly consequence. If the crowd, unsatisfied with the performance, gave a thumbs up, it could seal the defeated gladiator's fate. This ambiguity surrounding the thumbs signals highlights the complex and sometimes unpredictable nature of crowd decision-making in gladiatorial contests. The Romans weren't just fans of the big-name gods. Their extensive pantheon also included deities dedicated to the nitty-gritty of daily life. In a particularly whimsical example, the Romans had a whole crew of wind gods, each assigned to a cardinal direction. Imagine praying to a specific god for a gentle breeze on a hot summer day. In the north corner, we had cool-headed Aquilo, the north wind god. If you craved a refreshing westerly breeze, you'd call upon Favonius. If you felt a bit too westerly, Zephyrus, the west wind god, could whip up a change. And for those scorching southern winds, there was fiery Noto to keep things interesting. Each of these wind gods had their own distinct personality and powers. Aquilo, for example, might be depicted as a stern warrior reflecting the harshness of the north wind. Favonius, on the other hand, could be portrayed as a youthful god, symbolizing the invigorating spring breezes. This dedication to such specific aspects of nature highlights the Romans' deep respect for the natural world and their desire to appease its various forces. Forget fancy detergents and stain removers. In the days of yore, the Romans had to get creative when it came to keeping their togas dazzling white. Buckle up, because this next fact involves a method that might make your nose wrinkle. The Romans, lacking access to our modern cleaning supplies, used urine. Yes, you heard that right. Urine, particularly that of young children, was considered a potent bleaching agent thanks to its high ammonia content. Imagine collecting chamber pots full of, well, you get the picture, and then mixing it with water to create a special pre-wash soak for their clothes. While this method might seem bizarre to us today, it actually held some scientific merit. Ammonia does have bleaching properties, and Roman fullers, professional laundry workers, likely perfected techniques to minimize the odor. Still, the thought of using pea-powered laundry solution is enough to make us grateful for modern fabric care advancements. The Romans had a whole festival dedicated to the underappreciated world of sewage. While modern sanitation might involve high-tech plumbing and forget-about-it convenience, the Romans took a more hands-on approach. Hygiene and a functioning sewer system were crucial for public health, and the Romans weren't shy about acknowledging its importance. Enter Cloacina, the rather unglamorous but undeniably essential goddess of sewers. Every year on September 8th, the Romans threw a party in her honor, complete with sacrifices and offerings. Imagine toga-clad citizens raising a toast, hopefully not with sewer water, to ensure the smooth flow of their city's waste disposal system. This quirky festival highlights the Romans' pragmatic approach to life. They weren't afraid to acknowledge the nitty-gritty aspects of daily existence, and even gave them a divine figurehead to ensure things ran smoothly. So, the next time you take a trouble-free trip to the bathroom, remember, the Romans might have had a goddess to thank for it. While a peck on the cheek is a common greeting today, the Romans had a more, well, social approach. The osculum quadratum, also known as the four-way kiss. Imagine it, 4 people arranged in a square, each planting a kiss on someone else's cheek. This smooch fest wasn't about romance, though. The four-way kiss was more about social etiquette, often used to express familial affection or celebrate special occasions. Think of it as a more elaborate version of a group hug. It was a way to solidify bonds and spread the love, or should we say cheek kisses, amongst family members or close friends. While it might seem strange to our modern sensibilities, the four-way kiss highlights the importance of social connection in Roman society. While most emperors spent their days conquering lands and battling enemies, Marcus Aurelius juggled the weight of the empire with a deep love for philosophy. He wasn't just a ruler, he was a thinker, a man who pondered the meaning of life, morality, and the philosophy of Stoicism. Even amidst the chaos of ruling a vast empire, Aurelius found time to pen his thoughts in his famous work, Meditations. This collection of writings offers a remarkable glimpse into the mind of an emperor who actively sought balance between wielding immense power and pursuing intellectual pursuits. Imagine reading the personal reflections of a leader contemplating his place in the world, a rare and fascinating perspective from the heart of the Roman Empire. In the bustling port city of Baia, near Naples, they constructed a marvel of engineering, the Piscina Mirabilis, or the Wondrous Pool, essentially an underwater amphitheater. Imagine this, built in the 1st century AD, this impressive structure boasted a large circular pool surrounded by tiered seating. But unlike the Colosseum, this venue wasn't for sword-wielding warriors or speeding chariots. The Piscina Mirabilis was designed for aquatic entertainment. Here, the Romans would stage elaborate mock naval battles, recreating clashes at sea for the thrill of the crowds. Think miniature warships battling it out in a giant pool. Divers and skilled swimmers also took center stage, showcasing their underwater acrobatics and breath-holding prowess. Caligula was infamous for his eccentricity, cruelty, and paranoia, but some rumors take things to a whole new level, painting him as a real-life vampire. Ancient accounts hint that Caligula dabbled in necromancy, performing rituals to contact the dead. These weren't just spooky parlor games. Some even accused him of indulging in the blood of children and participating in orgies with corpses. Whether these stories are true exaggerations or fueled by fear of his erratic behavior, they highlight the fascination with the dark side that existed in Roman society. Caligula, the vampire emperor, serves as a chilling reminder of the line some rulers dared to cross in their pursuit of power and indulgence. If you want to know about Roman history sometimes, you got to delve into the nether regions of their culture, such as Mutunus Tutunus, a rather unique deity whose domain wasn't exactly battlefields or chariot races. Mutunus Tutunus wasn't a household god. He was a bit more specialized. Think of him as the secret weapon of Roman newlyweds. Represented very prominently, this god was all about fertility and marital bliss. Think of him as Cupid's more explicit cousin. The Romans weren't shy about celebrating sexuality and fertility, but unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of information about Mutunus Tutunus. His worship was a private affair, and with the rise of Christianity, many pagan traditions faded away. But his existence tells us a lot about the Romans' practical approach to religion. They weren't afraid to ask the gods for a little help, especially when it came to family, procreation, and, well, keeping things lively in the bedroom. We have come to the end of our journey through some of the most surprising, crazy Roman facts. We hope these facts have opened your eyes to a different side of ancient Rome, one full of curiosities, eccentricities, and events that defy our expectations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our Ancient Stories channel for more fascinating content about the ancient world.